Titles, go.
Rapture Tok.
Ooh. Gilmore, that shit.
That would be a lot bad.
Have you ever had cube-shaped poop?
Dummy for gummies.
Oh, Jesus, it's a gnome.
Nom nom. Nom. Nom.
Let's do this.
Nom. Nom. Nom nom.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
DC. I think I'm Corbs.
I'm Jack.
Guys, what's got you geeked?
Well, I would have been geeked to say I was excited to watch Marvel Zombies, but I already finished it.
Oh,
So
shit.
I can't really say that has me presently geeked. I did enjoy it immensely. I thought it was really good. Um, Outside of that, I'm fairly happy to be able to move my right arm this week and only have a little bit of pain. We'll see if that continues. I don't know.
For your sake, I hope.
Wishing you all the best.
Yeah. No
Because,
frozen
like I
shoulders.
said in our chat, that's because they have to basically break through scar tissue with that. That's what
Yeah.
that is supposedly is like a buildup of it. That first night, I think I told you guys about it at the time it was happening. Those motherfuckers made me cry.
Yeah.
There's no, yep.
If fans are butts, like honestly, I'm numb to it now. At 6:30 in the morning, I'm hearing a grown man cry. Okay. It's like the new norm. And he comes out, he's like, I did great today. I'm like, yes, you did.
That was awesome.
But just do your best.
Yeah, my first night, I remember I came home after they made me cry there, and all I could do was lay on the couch. I could not move. I was like, those guys beat the fuck out of me. Not to scare you or anything, but
I remember after my knee surgery because I could not move my knee, and he's like, "Now I'm gonna bend it back." I'm like, "Okay, do what you gotta do." He's like, "Now this is gonna hurt." He's like, "I'm not gonna even sugarcoat. It's gonna be a bitch." I'm like, "It's gonna be fine." I literally grabbed him by the shirt. I was like, "This is fucking bullshit." I'm like, threw him backwards. I'm like, "This is fucking bullshit. I hate
Oh,
this."
Jack, you've never thrown anybody backwards. Come
No, I was
on.
like, "Get the fuck away from me!" Like literally, my knee was like popping and crinkling and all that stuff inside, and they had to put an ice machine on, and it literally because you couldn't lift your knee. Like I when my knee popped out when I was a kid, I would cry a little bit, but it felt like 50 pops at the same time. It fucking is awful.
Mine
But
does
yeah,
that now.
what's that?
Mine does that now.
It's awful.
Both
Uh,
knees do that, so
ugh. All right. All right. So basically, pretty simple. Like I know I said last week I was excited for this surprise party for my dad. My sister invited me out to Buffalo to see her house finally. So I'm actually kind of excited to go see my sister and brother-in-law's houses either this weekend or in a couple weeks I'll go out to Buffalo. And my sister's like, "Yeah, I'm doing some yard work. I have to mow. I have to do all this stuff." I am very excited. I just want to have a beer in a lounge chair and watch my sister mow a yard because I've never seen my sister mow a yard in her life. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna vacuum the pool. We gotta close it. We gotta shock it." I'm like, "Do you even know what that means?" And she's like, "Yeah, I remember Dad doing it." I'm like, "I did it with him." So all these yard work things, like she like is she gonna mop? Like she never did any of this stuff. She always supervised and told my brother and I what to do growing up, basically. She's like, she would do laundry and all that stuff, but she's like, she never mowed the yard, she never vacuumed the pool, she never did the landscaping, all the outside work, let's say. So she's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna mulch and I think I want to get some lounge chairs and all that stuff." I'm like, we're getting into fall. Like, why do
right,
you want
wrong
this?
time of the year for that shit.
the right time.
Exactly.
It's the right time of the year for it.
Well, to buy it, yeah.
to
Yeah,
buy
it's all on
it.
fucking sale.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Store that shit for next year.
Right.
but Corbs, you're absolutely right. But you know what her logic is? I think I'm going to use it for fall. I'm like, you're not going to be. Well, she's going to try, but it's like,
This
I
is
just want.
Syracuse. What are you gonna do sitting on the porch when it's 30 degrees outside? What are you gonna,
Smoke a
have a
cigar and have some
hot
beer.
chocolate?
Well, that's it. Like Syracuse and Buffalo get similar weather, and they're actually close to Hyde Park area for the stadium, so they're probably going to get a lot of that snow. So I'm just very excited. No, I'm very happy for her. Like I said last week, this will be the one time my sister actually listens to our podcast, so she
Right.
tunes in when I'm like ripping on her. So, but no, it's kind of exciting. I'm very happy for my sister and brother-in-law. My sister's never owned a home. She always did the condo, townhouse, or rented. So she was like, "Oh yeah, so all these things like when she gets out of work, she would go to a brewery or go shopping. Go home and do your yard work now. Go home and do these things. This is what a homeowner does." But no, she still likes to spend. She likes to be bougie, so it's kind of exciting to see how she does with this home. So I'm very excited for her. Like I said, I'm very excited, but it's kind of interesting to see at the same time. That's what has me geek this week.
And,
So
and,
so
and to
to
answer your question, DC, what you do in Syracuse when it's 30 degrees outside, you sit on your porch, you have some Jack and Coke and a cigar. That's what you do.
I mean, I
Oh.
usually fire up the smoker.
I would probably try to find a metal trash can and build a fire.
Yeah,
like a homeless guy?
that's what
Yeah.
that's what the Jack and Coke is.
That's an
Yeah, but I don't
internal
drink.
fire.
I can't drink any. Oh, I don't know if I can't, but I don't.
I'll drink enough for you then.
Have a gummy and watch the snow fall down.
There you go.
There you go.
No, the last time I had gummies, I
Whoa.
ended up in the hospital.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, that's when they found the infection in my left leg. I had
Oh.
taken too many gummies that somebody who shall remain Corbs bought them for me because I asked for them. They were for pain. And I followed the directions. Well, I fell asleep and woke up and didn't realize what had happened. And so I took two more. And
Jesus.
I was out. I was out in the morning. Mom couldn't wake me up. My wife came in and brought me coffee, and they called the ambulance, and then I was in the hospital and they cut me open. So, yay for gummies.
Wasn't the gummies' fault.
No, definitely not. What's got me geeked?
It was the dummy's fault.
It's a dummy's fault. Yeah,
Dummy for gummies.
that's right. What's got me geeked? Well, Paul, so you requested this last week, so I watched the new Superman um on Friday,
Yeah.
and I liked it. Um, I liked. I still have, I go back off of all the first Christopher Reeve movie. Um, as far as that, Man of Steel, I watched Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League all before I watched the new Superman. Um, but I like the new Superman. I was pretty kind of pissed how they did Green Lantern. Um,
They did him perfectly.
I don't know. I
For-
go back to like, with the mask on and not the
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds,
Dude, you're
not Ryan
thinking-
Reynolds.
You're
yeah, you're
thinking
thinking
of
the
a
wrong
different.
character. Yeah.
Yeah. That was Guy Gardner, who is also a Green Lantern. He's a compatriot of Hal Jordan. And yeah, Guy Gardner, he was perfect.
No,
Like,
I
I don't
didn't.
know that you could have done that better.
Right.
Yeah.
You just what you need to do, DC, is wait for the Lanterns show that's going to be on HBO Max. That you'll be happy with the Green Lantern then.
All
Because
right.
they're gonna do your Green Lantern for that one.
Yeah, the Green
Perfect.
Lantern is the Green Lantern cores. There's a ton
No, I
of
know what
them.
they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
That's the
mean,
one you're gonna want.
I just didn't like.
You just didn't like
the
Guy.
character.
Yeah.
I just didn't like the character.
Lots of people don't
Um,
like Guy Gardner. That's kind of his point.
Yeah.
But I was intrigued with the whole, like the Lex Luthor character, from all the other iterations that you've seen. Um, I thought this one was good, spot on, as far as I was concerned. Um, I wish they had more of the hammer. Um, I know it was just in the beginning, but I kind of wish they had more of that, but overall it was good. It felt a little campy in some cases. I loved Crypto. I really did. Um, you know, especially at the end. Um, but all in all, it was a good flick. Um, you know, 8 out of 10 for me. Like I said, it would have been 10 out of 10 if it was the Green Lantern that I liked.
Right.
My wife asked, "Why is he such a whiny bitch?" Like three-quarters of the way through the movie, and then my daughter's like, "Yeah, really." And I mean, I liked him. I don't dislike him. I'm okay with him continuing, but there was something about his characterization that was just a little less super than I expect from Superman. He didn't have to be Henry Cavill, but he was a little whiny.
I didn't get whiny, and we just rewatched it this weekend too, and it was Kristen's first time watching it. I didn't get whiny. They really leaned into the Boy Scout, good
Yes.
gosh, gee
Yeah,
willikers
I'm talking
thing.
about something that's separate from that, though. I get what you're talking about, but he almost okay. And I hate like pulling the whole generational things, but whatever this current generation, like the things that we pick on for them in their TikTok videos, it seemed like this was the Superman of that generation because he did not have a that stoic.
Right. He was
Pre
not a stoic Superman.
Yeah, he was in it's stoic and I don't know. Again, it's not bad. It was just different, and I thought it was a little weird. He could have used a little bit more dignity.
I think what we got from James Gunn, and like I said, I really enjoyed it. But I really like James Gunn. I love everything he does. I'm a huge mark for the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. We've been over this for years. First of all, we got a Guardians of the Galaxy slant of Superman because it's James Gunn's. Like the first thing Kristen said 10 minutes in was, "Is this supposed to
Oh
be a
yeah,
comedy?"
yeah,
So, yeah. But the accent was on man, on Superman. Like he was driving home that he's just a guy. Like the
Yeah.
same as like we got that monologue at the end when he's lecturing Luther. Like I'm a human. Like I think that's where it was going, and we're showing that he's fallible and he gets up every day not knowing what he's doing. You know what I mean? I think that's what they were going for, and that's where I see where you're saying it
they
can be
they could
construed as
have
whiny.
they could have achieved all of that while giving him a little bit more dignity, I think. I think keep the cast, even keep the script. James Gunn produces it, but has somebody else direct it because I don't think the James Gunn method was quite the right fit for that superhero. He still should have been in charge and making sure it was in his general direction, but Superman shouldn't. You shouldn't be watching Superman and going, "Is this by the guy who made Guardians of the Galaxy?" Right off the bat, because those two things are not interchangeable.
And it definitely was a James Gunn Superman.
Oh yeah.
There was
Oh,
and I enjoy that. Like I didn't need it to be full on like what you're saying. And what you're saying is I'm not saying
Yeah,
that's wrong in any way. Absolutely.
and it's not like I said, same script. You can keep a lot of the humor. You can keep him getting his ass kicked all the time, but I feel like the tone and not maybe not even the tone, but again, a different director would have put something slightly different in there that I think would have fixed all the problems I had with it because it definitely wasn't the story or the cast. With the and I maybe this is an exception, but and maybe I don't know if I said this. Have we talked about Superman on the podcast yet?
No, we did. It was in our group chat.
Oh yeah, yeah. The lady who played Lois Lane was definitely channeling her best Gale Weathers from Scream. Because in my afterwards, my wife we're talking about the movie, and I go, you know what, Lois really? She's like Courtney Cox. I'm like, yes.
I didn't catch that until you just said it and it clicked with me.
Oh my God, it was uncanny.
Who
I
was
did like
the
that aspect. I mean, I
Yeah,
liked it in,
Poor Jack.
you
that's
know,
fine.
in the Man of Steel too, you know what I mean? Like they fall in love, they're in love, blah 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 blah. She knows who he is, and stuff. I did like that aspect of it. I thought I like the storyline too. I agree with their, putting the man portion of it. Yes, he is Superman. He is fallible. He can get his ass kicked for whatever reason, but in the end, he's Superman. you
The
know.
other thing that stuck out at me is the Superman that I am familiar with, I don't think would have stormed out of Lois's apartment during that argument. Right in that moment, that struck me as really weird and very immature, I guess. I don't know. That just didn't sit right with me in the moment.
In the same vein, the Superman that I would think of would not have just sat back and let his friends handle another battle. With the fifth dimension
Yeah.
imp, where he just there just casually having a discussion with Lois while
Look,
that's going on in his city.
oh, right, like looking out the window,
Yeah.
going, they got this, and he's having a whatever it was, a
Hmm.
drink. I think he was having something to drink,
Cocoa, hot cocoa.
yeah. So yeah, that too. I don't believe he would let that happen. But then again, you're getting a different iteration of
Hmm.
Superman. So, for a new iteration of Superman, I liked it. I liked when they had cast Henry Cavill. I like that too. I didn't like Brandon Roth. Nobody beats Christopher Reeve ever. It's just the way it is.
Right. Jack, you had something you wanted to interject?
I just should interrupt next time instead of just raise a hand.
Oh, I didn't
So
even notice you raised your hand.
I
I
did
caught
the
it.
whole time.
He's like,
Yeah, I was like, got a question. I want to interrupt, but
not like
whatever.
this. He was
Yeah,
like,
exactly. No, so question, I'm gonna watch it this weekend
oh, you
and
haven't seen it yet.
no.
Oh,
So
well,
it's
it's a
all
good thing we didn't go into spoiler territory.
oh, exactly. No. Oh no. The actor that played Lex Luthor, like how was that
Nicholas
dynamic?
Holt.
And was it a kid? Was it an older person? Or like what was that about? Tell me about that.
Nicholas Holt.
Yeah, that name
He
sounds
played
familiar.
Renfield. He played
Beast,
Young
um
Big
Beast,
Beast.
Beast in the
yes.
newer X-Men films.
Okay. All right. Did
Yeah.
him and the Superman character did it mesh well? Did how's
I
spoiler
thought
free?
he was great.
Okay.
Yeah,
He
I did
was he
too.
was he was almost like an Elon Musk type character.
Hmm.
I thought though we complained that Jesse Eisenberg was just kind of like crazy pants and didn't really fit Lex Luthor. I don't think Nicholas Holt's portrayal really fit Lex Luthor either. It was closer, but he was still very, and I'm not sure if petty is the word, but again, Hackman, and I hate to say because I actually like Cavill better than Reeves, so I'm not like stuck with this nostalgia for the old ones. But Hackman was able to be evil while also seeming he was a coward, but he was also strong. He was a strong man. Nicholas Holt's version never seemed strong. He was always just hanging on by how smart he was and how far he planned ahead. And he didn't really, once you take that all away, he didn't seem like a threat. Lex Luthor, when everything's been stripped away from him, I think he's more dangerous then. And I did not get that in Nicholas Holt's portrayal. But that could be something we see down the road.
Hmm.
And
Um,
it's tough too because sorry, no, Paul, I cut you
no, go
off.
ahead.
Clancy Brown and Superman the anime. I know you're raising your hand. Oh no, no, you go like this when you raise your hand. You lower it. There you go. No, but I know there it is. So Clancy Brown, the Superman from the animated show, his portrayal of Lex Luthor was pretty cool. But
Yeah, it was.
I like because he had a stoic voice. I kind of like that. But
Well,
but
yeah.
Gene Hackman. But like okay, good to know. And I'll watch it this weekend and let you guys know what I think about it.
I've always felt like Lex is supposed to be older than Superman as well, too.
Yes.
But I mean, like I loved him as a
My favorite
wait.
portrayal of him is in Superman and Lois.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
that was a cool
really,
one.
really good.
Is that the Tyler Hoechlin show? That
Yes,
Superman
yes, he was played by the same guy who played Abraham in The Walking Dead. He was amazing.
Oh,
Yes.
see, I never really gave that show a fair shake. So I really like Michael Rosenbaum too, but that was a whole different
Yes, yes.
idea of. I guess Rosenbaum was in this.
Yeah, he was the voice of was he voice of
The
the robot
Raptor.
maybe or something? Yeah.
Nope, voice of one of the Raptors.
Okay.
They said, yeah, that'll make sense when you watch it.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm burping like crazy over here.
Well, this
Um,
got way off the rails.
but that's all right because I wanted to find somewhere to bring it in, but we're not doing, midstream report today. So, Corbs, if you're still awake, what you got?
Um,
You geeked to get a nap, or
Trust me, dude. I need a nap. So yeah, I worked Thursday night. We worked until two.
this was this the rollout we were discussing?
Oh
Thursday night.
wow.
Ooh,
Thursday night I was there till 2 a.m. and we only
Jeez.
got 14 PCs installed out of 300.
that's outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what's got you geeked, huh? That's-
So yeah, so there's that, and then we're staying late tomorrow and Friday this week.
Hmm.
So just to get all the billing done. So
Kind of
yeah,
need
that'll
them
be
to
fun.
function.
Paycheck
Yeah.
will be nice, but sleep will elude me for a while.
Right?
Damn.
So, but so yeah, this past weekend, I mentioned it last week on the podcast, I believe that I was playing at the Turning Stone
Yes.
over last
Your
weekend.
devious plans. Yes.
So we went up there on Sunday, me and Justin, and then a guy that he works with. His nickname is PG.
Believe you
So we
mentioned him last week. Yeah.
yeah, so we all went up there and we played Kahoot at 8:10, and we got finished up about 12:45, and then we had some lunch. So we pushed our tea time back at Atunio until 2 o'clock. So Atunio is a nice course. Kahoot is a great course. It's the third hardest course in the state.
Nice.
So and I've played that one. I've played all three courses up there. I've played Shenandoah twice, Calahoot twice, Calahoot three times, and then Atunio once, because Atunio is $250 to play by itself. But we found out that if you if you play one course, so if you play like Shenandoah or Calahoot for 175, you can play Atunio for half price, which is it works out to about 135. So you're basically playing it for the cost of playing Atunio. Um, but that course, Atunio was gorgeous. And I played Calahoot, shot a 105, which is, a lot bad. Um, but went over to Atunio and birdied the first hole there, which was pretty nice. And shot a 93 over there, which was very good. For a course I'd never seen before, and it's very long, a lot of long par fours, 400 plus yard par fours. And I don't hit the ball very far, 200 yards off the tee, stuff like that. So it's
Wait, you don't Happy Gilmore that shit?
no, no, I'll fall on my face. I'll freaking scorpion myself.
Get over here.
So, but yeah, I mean, it was a nice time. The two guys I played with, Justin and PG, great time playing with the two of them. Uh, we brought some cigars, smoked a couple of cigars on both courses. So I think I had 3 cigars for the day, and then I bought a bottle of Jack Daniels and brought that with me.
So,
And had some Jack and Coke while I was on the course.
so all the
Yes,
things that you're telling your brother to do on the porch, you were doing on the golf course.
yes,
Love
Perfect.
it.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, but it was a good time. I enjoy playing golf with my buddy Justin. Him and I have been playing golf for 30 something years,
As
32
long as he
years
doesn't
now.
try to use the 3 iron.
He doesn't use a 3 iron anymore. He's got a 4 iron now. Somebody broke his 3 iron.
A long time ago.
Yeah, he's gotten like three sets of clubs since then.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he buys the clubs like every couple years.
Yeah, he always has.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean that's what's got me geeked. It was a great time. It's something we'll probably do again next year. Maybe a little more mid-ish summer when you're not golfing at 6:45 and it's getting dark outside.
Right?
So
Yeah.
when we finished up when it was when it was still light out. And then Justin and I kind of hung out on the porch, their porch back deck type of thing. Um, we wanted to get some food, but they said that the kitchen was closed. So we kind of were sitting out there, just shooting the shit or whatever, like him and I always do. We talk about golf, we talk about work and stuff like that. And he's always been a good sounding board for myself when I'm looking for work and stuff that goes on at my job. And he's back and forth with each other's jobs and stuff like that. But the guy came out that was in the pro shop came out and said, "Hey, they'll fire you guys up some food if you want it." So we were like, okay. So we went inside and the cook came out and they're like, "Oh, we just cleaned everything. We just cleaned everything." So we're like, "Okay, so you're not gonna cook anything?" He goes, "Well," he goes, "if you want something, we'll cook it for you." And we're like, "Dude, we're not gonna make you
Right.
cook something and then have to clean everything again." So we just grabbed some chips and another drink and went outside and kind of sat and again shot the shit for a few minutes. But we kind of felt after a while, we kind of felt like we were holding everybody up
Right.
from
It's
leaving.
time to go. Yeah.
Right. Because the bartender, she goes to Utica College, which I think is
She's
now
working.
SUNY Poly.
She's working there to get through college. I've heard that a
Yeah.
few times.
Yeah, and she was talking to her about, her mom used to work at the Turning Stone and got her the job there. So I just asked her what she was going to school for. I mean, she's a sophomore. I don't even know her name, to be honest with you, but she's
Yeah.
going to be
Bartender.
um, radiological tech.
Yep.
So I told her, I said, "Hey, if you're looking for some internship work or whatever, you can come to HOA. They always take interns and students at the radiology department." So I gave her my name and the website to go to, and I said, if you go there and get hired or whatever, you get some money, I get some money out of the deal. So I don't know. See what happens with that. I mean, I told her to put me down as a reference or whatever and stuff like that. So see what happens.
Cool.
So, but yeah, so they were just sitting in there, and we kind of felt like we were holding them up because she's like, "We have to wait till the last golfers leave and we were the last two there. We weren't the last golfers on the course. There was a group behind us, which was nice when we got there. They said that we had the 1:30 tee time, and not a lot of people play this golf course because it's expensive.
Hmm.
So we had the 1:30 tee time, and we moved ours to 2, and there was nobody from 1:30 to 2. So there was nobody in front of us. So we could just kind of play at our own pace. And then the group behind us, they didn't tee off until 2:30. So we had 30 minutes between us and them when they teed off. So that we never really, they came up behind us a couple of times, but we started playing a little quicker and stuff like that. And we didn't once we made the turn, we didn't see them again until they got off the golf course. So, but yeah, Justin and I were the last two there. So that's
There
all.
you go.
All right. That was everybody did their thing. All right. So I wouldn't say really geeked, but I guess I'm a little apprehensive about tomorrow. Kristen's going under the knife, getting the knee replacement done. So
Oh, geez.
gonna be interesting times. So that happens tomorrow. By the time this comes out, that'll have happened a while ago. So
Last year.
excuse me.
Godspeed.
Yeah.
What time should
Um,
you go in? Early?
yep, we got to be there in the morning. I've already been warned that it's going to be like 7 hours before we can even think about going home. So I was already told to basically, once they wheel her back, just to go away, go find something to do for the afternoon. So
Wow.
yeah, that's what we're doing. And then of course there's all sorts of craziness happening after that between homecoming dances and softball and marching band shows and trips to Annapolis that I'm all getting dumped on me now. So she,
All taxi service in service.
yeah,
Yep.
It's funny. Have you guys noticed that I have a little taxi sign in the on the dashboard of the Bronco?
You do.
Yes. Yeah.
What you should do is get a meter.
I threatened that before. That's how I ended up with the air freshener thing that literally looks like a little. It's supposed to go on the top, obviously, but I
Right.
was not. But yeah, that's where we're at. Mine's gonna be short and sweet because I just don't know what we're gonna expect from there. I guess the other thing that I guess we just celebrated our 19th wedding anniversary. We did it last Friday. We went to Dave and Buster's. It was her idea, Kristen's idea to go. Surprisingly, a girl that doesn't play video games. Um, but we had a blast. Oh, we had a really good time. I haven't been there in years. I think the last time I went, Corbs, I think you might have went with me.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we went drinking.
Yeah, we went drinking. We played a few video games,
Yep.
drank some. Yeah. I
I
think we thought
refuse.
about eating, but we drank instead.
I refuse to go in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know why.
John knows why.
Oh,
He
okay.
should.
He
I don't
doesn't seem
remember.
to.
Oh, because yeah, we had shitty service one day when we were
Yeah.
there.
Oh, shitty service. That was beyond shitty.
I remember that now.
Ours was great. Like we ordered our dinner, and they were like, "You guys can go play video games, and we'll come find you." So yeah.
Has their menu changed at all? Because
The
last
menu's
time I
not
went,
awesome.
it was a piece of paper.
It wasn't a big menu, no, but it's a regular menu. Like, but there wasn't a lot.
Oh, it's a flip menu.
Yeah,
Okay, because they've gone to it. Because when I last time I was there, it literally was a laminated piece of thing like this big that you just turned over, and that's what they had. There was like
yeah.
five
No,
menus.
there's a couple, but I think all the drinks and everything are on there too. So it's not a lot. There's not a lot to choose
They went,
from, and it wasn't.
after before COVID, there was like you could get a lot of good stuff there, and then after COVID, it was like a third of the stuff. And the best thing that is there is the giant fucking pretzel.
Hmm.
Should have went with that.
And I'm talking a giant pretzel, dude. It's like
I
enough.
saw them. Yes.
It's enough to feed the family.
Yeah, it's insane. Um, but coolest thing we played there, other than life-size hungry hippos.
Oh
I'm
my God.
serious. Yeah, you literally sit on the back of the things that it's got the T-bar and you ask Kristen who
Did
won.
they have still have the Rock'em Sock'em robots?
I didn't see Rock'em Sock'em
No,
Robots.
then they got rid of it. That was like right when you first walked in.
No, I didn't see that. Damn it, that would have been cool too. But no, they have a VR game there, and it's Godzilla.
No.
Nice.
And we played, and you're basically on a gunship, and you're flying through, I'm assuming Tokyo, and you got to kill all these monsters and everything, and then the boss fights are the actual kaiju. Um, and then Godzilla comes out, and he was right up in our face, and Kristen fucking slapped the headset off of herself, and then broke it. Then it disconnected on her side, so I was left to fight Godzilla myself, and I defeated him.
Nice.
But wow, that was really fucking cool. But I've got to say, I remember Hugh when you started doing the VR stuff, you were talking about how it would kind of make you motion sick and give you a bit of a headache.
Yeah.
Made me feel crappy after we were done playing. So, but it was really fucking cool. That game is awesome. I can't remember. I know it's Godzilla something, but the boss fight I think is Ghidorah. Is that the one with the multiple dragon heads?
Yeah.
Yes.
Monster Zero. Yep.
Okay. I think if you pay to do each level, that's the final boss fight is going up against him because
Wow.
he reared up, and then I get the message in the middle of the screen. Oh, you have to finish all the other levels to get to this. I'm like, you fucker. So
I'm glad you beat the boss, but how many swipes did it take? Did it just take the one, or
just
did
the
it
one.
good?
Just the
Okay,
one. And
okay.
I was distracted because now Kristen's over there going, my headset doesn't work. I can't see anything. I'm like,
What do you
and
want?
so she's over, like, any other day, in my ear, and I'm, trying to shoot away at Godzilla. But yeah, I mean, I did it just on the one swipe, but that is, I think, the most expensive game there because obviously it's VR. But
Awesome.
we still have quite a bit left on that card that we didn't do. Because once we finished dinner and played a couple more games, she was like, "Oh, well, since we're in the mall," I'm like,
Ugh,
"Yeah."
You
that's why you got wrapped into it.
She got
had to
me.
go shopping.
She was at one of her clothing stores, and so I wandered around the corner to play the game, read the story, to look at
Yep.
their D&D section.
You're just slightly welcome.
Well, the brand new starter set's out.
Oh.
So I pull my phone out and I text Chris and I'm like, "How much you spending at the clothing store?" Got it in my hand, ready to go. She goes, "Nothing. I couldn't find anything I wanted." I'm like,
Son of a bitch. How much was the starter set?
55 at play the game, read the story.
Wow.
Yeah. But apparently there's quite a bit in it. There's
Yeah, I kind of
tokens,
heard that
there's
too.
cards, and yeah, I'm sure you'll review it sooner than later.
Yes. Yeah, sooner rather than later. A couple of weeks.
Not today, but
Not today. Nope, today's something different.
yes. But let's get it moving along so we can get to that something different. Guys, what have you been playing?
I actually have something interesting to bring up because there's two things I've been playing. Um, First of all, does anybody remember Puzzle Quest? Puzzle Quest Challenge of the Warlords. It
A
was
little bit.
just about the original match three battle game, where it's like in a D&D setting, you're fighting monsters with matching jewels and skulls and shit like that. I played this game on an LG 8300. That was the big gray tank flip phone, if you recall, that you couldn't break. That's how far back it goes. Still one of my favorite games. Completely out of the blue, discovered that last Wednesday or Thursday, Puzzle Quest Immortal was coming out, and it's the original game with upscaled graphics, 4K graphics, some additions that I guess they released on computer. I never knew it was on computer, so it's got more to the game than the original one. Plus, they added some new classes that you can play as. Um, Fucking amazing game. And what's really great about it is, I mean, you could look at Match 3 now. There's a Puzzle Quest 3 out if you want to play it. It's full of gotcha shit, and you can't win unless you pay money. This was before that was a thing. It's a full, complete game. It's only $15 at full price, but the day it launched, the Nintendo Switch was doing a sale, so I got it for like $13. Oh my
Nice.
God, this cat is driving.
Oh,
Why? Why can't it be like this?
hi.
Anyway, but if you like if I like match three games, but I hate it when you get to the point where you've got to start paying money, and they're all like that. This isn't like that. If you need to, you can grind if you need to get some levels and get more powerful. But it's all up to you. You don't have to spend any more money beyond the initial purchase price of the game. But really enjoying the hell out of that. It's on Switch, PlayStation, and everything. I hope they do a mobile version because clearly a mobile version's possible if it was on the LG 8300. I'm really surprised they didn't release a mobile version at launch. The other game I've been playing is because we cleaned out our closet and threw out a lot of stuff, and we did a whole house cleaning thing this past week and found our box of old Guitar Hero equipment, like the drum set and the guitars and things like that. And my wife was saying how she missed playing that. I went digging around because I knew there was something out there. There is like an open source freeware thing called Clone Hero, which is basically Guitar Hero. You've got to download songs from a particular website, which has the mapping and everything. There's tons of stuff that you can get for free. But I hooked up one of the guitars I had, one of the Xbox ones, because they had USB on them, and playing along to new Metallica on my computer. It's fucking awesome. So I'm trying to figure out how I can maybe take one of my extra PCs and hook it up in the living room so that because we used to play that. We used to play, me on guitar, her on the drums. Um, she loves playing the drums on that. So I got to dig around a bit with it to really figure out how to make it work right. But the neatest thing I think is that you can add a custom video. You can even add a custom fretboard. Like I saw a video where a guy had the Kentucky Fried Chicken kernel on his fretboard. But you can add a video. So imagine this: you pick a song, you go grab the video to that song, however it is you grab videos you don't own, and then you have to put it in a certain folder. You might have to do some syncing because sometimes the video has something on the beginning, so the timing isn't the same. But if you can get it all synced up, you can have the actual music video for the song playing behind everything while you're playing the game, which is pretty damn cool.
That is
That's
cool.
cool. So basically, dusted off the GameCube this week, and I was like, we need to find a game to play. So I knew Paul would bring back the gaming segment. I was like, let's play this game, WWE Crush Hour. So I decided to play that game for a little bit. Little background: the game came out in 2003. WWE wrestlers take over the television network, and they broadcast everything from reality TV to the news to Demolition Derby. That's the storyline. But this is a demolition derby type game. Jim Rossen is announcing it. You can play over 30 different wrestlers. But I was like, okay, I was Rob Van Dam's car, Brock Lesnar, Trish Stratus, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's basically like Mario Kart, but like when it's the Mario Brawl, but it's the WWE version of a demolition derby. The game is endless. Like you can play this for hours, and I was like, okay, this was pretty fun. But like I said, after playing this for about probably lost track of time again, 5, 6 hours, I was like, I probably should go to bed. But this was kind of fun, a little different kind of game. But it was kind of nice hearing Jim Ross, his voice again. But it got a little annoying because they only have like maybe 5 things he says because it got really annoying after
I
a
mean,
while. I was
he
like,
only has 5 things he says, right?
basically
Mhm.
in this game, like you hear slobber knocker every single time. It's like, okay, we heard what you said there. It's like, okay, this is nice. But it was fun. WWE Crush Hour. Short and sweet.
Nice. DC, you got anything more?
Um, Last week I told you guys I was playing Dragon Age Veilguard, and I'm stuck in a spot, and I've read all the stuff about it, and I still can't beat a dragon. It's really difficult. Um, so I got pissed off, and I went back to one of my tried and true games. No, not Skyrim, because otherwise I wouldn't be on with you guys right now. Um, is I went back and I'm playing Mass Effect.
Gotcha.
So that's got me geeked because I love playing Mass Effect because I try to do every single mission in the game, every one. So I have the trilogy, the Legends pack or whatever like that, which gets all three games and whatever downloads that are there. So I'm playing Mass Effect.
Nice. Corbs? Nothing? Okay. Mine are just a couple of updates. WWE 2K25, they launched their latest update. That was the Attitude Era pack. The pack adds 5 wrestlers from the Attitude Era: D'Lo Brown, Mark Henry, Victoria, our good friend Victoria, Badass Billy Gunn, and Road Dogg Jesse James. They also added the Hall of Legends expansion in the island. That has an additional cost, of course, for that one. That's 50K VC, which is one of their currencies in game. Uh, to buy that would be about $20. Content in that includes playable Goldberg and Nikki Bella, the new Hall of Legends arena, and a new storyline and quest for island mode, and unlockable more creation parts, move sets, cosmetics, stuff like that. Um, and second, did we ever talk about RetroMania wrestling on here?
I don't know.
No.
I'm not
All
sure.
right.
I was looking at it this past week though on my phone. So how interesting.
It's fun. It's worth it. It's a very retro style wrestling game, and it's for all of the other guys. It's basically all the guys you can think of that are not under WWE or AEW contract. They just put their DLC out. This game's been out since I think 2014, and they're still supporting it. And they just put out a new DLC in September. Um, I mean, we've got guys like I didn't have the roster up.
Some
I
of those
mean,
guys, I don't know how they have the rights to them. I'm a little confused.
um,
Like
like
Hawk
who?
and Animal?
Well, because they don't. WWE doesn't have Legends contracts with them. That's why they're there. They have their own thing. But yeah, the Road Warriors are there. Nick Aldis, which obviously that's a conflict now. Nikita Koloff, Magnum TA, Johnny Nitro, which is on there, Johnny Retro. Also Jeff Cobb, now that I'm looking at it, is also problematic since he's on SmackDown. Um, Colt Cabana, a bunch of guys, but the Tommy Dreamer, Warhorse, Zack Sabre Jr. But the new ones that came in the DLC were Macho Man, Randy Savage, Demolition, Axe and Smash, the Midnight or the Rock and Roll Express, not the Midnight Express, and Magnum TA is one of the brand new ones too. They updated with like 3 new arenas as well, a new championship and the new tag team modes. It's $10 for the DLC, but I'm pretty sure they have like deals going on for the whole bundle right now.
What's
On
it
all of
called
the
again?
stores. RetroMania Wrestling, and it looks like a retro wrestling game. It's like wrestling games from the 90s, like very like 8-bit looking.
No,
It's
that's
just a
16
fun.
bit. It's 16-bit. It's like Sega
I just
Genesis.
I don't play a lot of the wrestling games
Yeah, you're
anymore.
right,
My
Hugh.
my favorite wrestling games go back to Nintendo 64, WrestleMania, or WrestleMania 2000, WCW, versus NWO,
Yep,
WC, WWF No Mercy, those games. I loved those games. You know what I mean? Now don't get me wrong, I'm
realistic.
a
Yes.
button masher when I play certain games, but like playing Veilguard, you're a button masher, because that's my guy. He's a warrior, so it's all button mashing. But I can't, you know,
Well, with 2K, you can't button mash anymore.
yeah,
That's now it's all combinations and mini games to unlock shit. I had to change some of the settings on that. Hugh and I talked about that before. Like for pinning combinations and stuff like that, I had to change out of that because there was no way I was ever gonna do the mini game bullshit to get into it.
right.
Yeah. But this is just fun. This is not gonna be a deep dive game. This is sit down, play with some of your favorite classic wrestlers that aren't on the rest of the games. Like have a good time with it. It's definitely like you said, like 16-bit graphic style.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with the pictures of the wrestlers for like when you select them, you can tell who they are, obviously. So you're right, it wouldn't be 8-bit because it would just be a bunch of pixels.
I would think Demolition, Macho Man, wouldn't WWE hold the trademarks to those characters? Legends contracts or not, they were created under their umbrella.
For whatever reason, no. Especially with those examples you have. Macho Man's estate owns his, and they pulled the license from WWE, I think, a year ago. Like we probably won't see Macho Man in 2K26. And Demolition just finally signed a Legends contract because Vince blackballed them because they were part of the concussion lawsuit. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the people themselves could be in there, but I just thought their actual name and likeness in their outfits would
yeah,
have been
I
under
don't
some sort of trademark.
yeah, I don't understand how they're not, but those guys have been able to keep using it. They do con appearances in the makeup. Obviously not Macho Man. But
Oh
so
yeah. He'd need a lot of makeup.
a whole lot, especially at
Yep.
this point.
It'd be a weekend at Bernie's deal.
It's awful. But those are it for me, the 2 wrestling games. Um, and before, where is it? Right here? Yes. Before we go to break and then into the news. Hi, you got something?
A slice of apple pie is $2.50 in Jamaica. It is $3 in the Bahamas. These are the pirates of the Caribbean.
Well played. Nice.
All right. You're a little early on those. We do those later.
I'm doing whatever the fuck I want to do.
But I want to address something here.
Address it. Speak your truth.
The New Orleans Saints' history of failures includes several agonizing playoff losses, questionable draft picks and trades, and a long stretch of losing seasons that earned them the nickname the Aints.
He ain't.
Let's go over some of these. Infamous playoff meltdowns, such as the Beastquake of 2010 against the Seahawks, the Pick Six versus the 49ers in 2011, the Minneapolis Miracle in 2017, and the NOLA no call. in 2018. How about a history of losing seasons? In the early years, from 1967 to 1986, the franchise had 20 consecutive, count 'em, 20 consecutive non-winning seasons to start its existence, including numerous sub-500 records. Their first winning season was not until 1987. Oh, and let's not forget in 1980 when they went 1-15, or in 2005 when they went 3-13. How about some notoriously bad draft picks and trades? Russell Erxelben, 1979. How about the Ricky Williams trade in 1999?
That's
Or
terrible.
how
That
about
one was terrible.
Jonathan Sullivan in 2003? And let's not forget Bountygate. To sum things up, don't throw rocks at a man holding a machine gun. Fuck the Aints. Now, we're off to break and then the news. Stick with us, guys.
Who dat?
The 3-3 shop is now open on TeePublic, offering a wide range of official merch from your favorite no-budget podcast network, 3-3 Productions. The home of current favorites like GeekPod and upcoming shows like Tales from the Keep and Codename Revolt. New and retro styles debuting all the time. Get yours at https://tee.lic/the3-3shop. That's t.pub/lick/the33shop. Get yours now.
Now, before you hear the loudspeaker in Lowe's parking lot say, check your back seat, lock your door, and hide your possessions, and ask yourself, what the fuck have you gotten me into, HGTV? Here's the news. First up, Mama, they're all coming home. As of the night of this recording, there's apparently a rapture, and all good Christian people in the world are being taken to heaven, or something. A South African pastor, Joshua Mahaklakla, claimed that Jesus Christ told him the world is ending and revealed this on YouTube. Imagine Jesus finding out his holy message would be showing up right next to 5 ways to give him a prostate orgasm he will never forget. Anyway, Christians of TikTok picked up on this and apparently believed it to the point that we now have Rapture Tok instead of, getting the guy the mental help he needs. Now, I'm not even going to address this latest rapture that will certainly turn out to be a load of crapture. I just want to tell all these religious zealots that you are doing this wrong. The Bible says you can't guess the time of the rapture, and every time you try, you just keep putting it off. I'm not sure about anyone else, but I'm ready for y'all to go to heaven and stop breaking shit every few years. I imagine it kind of goes like this. The Holy Ghost walks up to God and says, God, you know that rapture you had planned for next September? Well, that pastor from South Africa with the last name that sounds like RFK Jr. vomiting just proclaimed the world is ending that day. And God says, me, damn it, every time I set a date, they make a guess and I have to move it. What does my schedule look like? Can we still get it in this year? I was really hoping to rapture Sydney Sweeney while she still has her looks. Next up, criminal diagnosis. This week, Trump, RFK Jr., and Dr. Oz announced they have found that Tylenol causes autism, but they have a new drug that will fix everything. Watching this press conference, I knew exactly which one was Mo, but I can't decide who Curly and Larry are. After saying the phrase, don't take Tylenol so many times, you'd think it's going to be a slogan on a t-shirt. Oh, wait. I did a Google search, and it already is. He promoted something called leucovorin. I think I said that right, as a potential remedy and cure for autism, which, if true, would be a great thing, right? If true. So any evidence linking Tylenol to autism is shaky at best and falls apart under further scrutiny. One can only assume the makers of Tylenol forgot to send him a golden pill bottle as an inauguration gift. But making likely false claims about the only safe pain and fever reducer for pregnant women to push another drug would be purely evil if, I don't know, someone in that press conference had a stake in leucovorin, but that would never be true. I just did another Google search. Dr. Oz heavily invested in a company that makes the folic acid found in leucovorin. And while the FDA is only approving the prescription version, saying that means the over-the-counter version Oz is invested in won't profit, Well, you keep dismantling healthcare, so how many people do you think will turn to the over-the-counter version when they can't afford the prescription? All of Louisiana, at least. And while he's no longer affiliated with that company, he still owns tons of shares. He stated he would divest in February, but then changed his mind and said he may keep some, or all of them, but because we know in this administration, divesting is like me saying I'm going to lose weight, or Paul saying he's going to start trying to be a nicer person. So, to be completely clear on this, Donald Trump made misleading claims about a safe and effective drug, offered an alternative, got his HHS goon to fast track it to FDA approval so his fellow former TV hosts can make a bunch of money from poor people buying the cheaper version over the counter. All out in the open. Yay, democracy. And finally, speaking of making misleading claims, didn't Jimmy Kimmel just almost get fired for that last week? In the aftermath of the Charlie Kirk shooting, Kimmel made a comment about trying to score political points with it and was suspended briefly after pressure from the FCC until returning to TV last night. Now, for obvious reasons, I am not getting into the Kirk situation and certainly not making any jokes about it. Murder is wrong whether you agree with the victim ideologically or not. But I do want to comment on some interesting things that came of this situation. A number of public figures spoke out about the suspension, saying the FCC and Trump administration telling broadcasters to do something about it is a violation of free speech. Among them, Trump supporter Joe Rogan and, I can't believe I'm going to say this, Ted Cruz. I've recently had to say several times if X person is against something, you know you're in the wrong about this administration's actions, one being the ever reliable for comedy Marjorie Taylor Greene. But for Ted Cruz to be on the right side of history on something, he said while he was glad Kimmel was fired, he thinks the government deciding what speech is free is a dangerous slope. He then went on to lose all that goodwill he just scored with a bad Goodfellas impression, but he said it. For once there was a crisis, and he stood up to it instead of going on vacation. That is progress. And that's the news, kids. Now, a word to those of you going through physical therapy like myself. If they have you buy resistance bands, the ones you can close in a door or step on or whatever, you may have seen people on the internet using them and getting hit in the crotch. It's all over the place, easy to find. I have some advice for you. If you get the idea or think that punching yourself in the nuts on purpose ahead of time will reduce the statistical possibility of the band coming loose and hitting you in the nuts anyway, you are wrong. That doesn't work. You just end up getting hit in the nuts twice. Paul?
I don't know if I can come up with a joke that's any better than the visual of you punching yourself in the nuts. But anyway, I'll try. Dad jokes. So I was at the fair last month. Saw a woman pass out on the merry-go-round. It's all right. She's coming.
I believe that actually happened.
Why don't eggs tell jokes?
They cracked
Because
themselves
the
up.
yolk?
They may crack up. I told
You
my
got one
wife
more?
I told my wife she should embrace her mistakes.
Just give you a hug.
She did give me a hug.
Nice.
Reference. All right. Well, I think that means it's time for trivia time with Jack.
All right. DC, you were on fire last week. Let's start it out. Pick a number between 1 and 5, good sir.
2.
Son of a bitch.
Which toy is known for walking down the stairs alone or in pairs?
A slinky.
Yeah, very good. Love it. Corbs,
Yep.
you know.
I know what. I don't know the answer. I don't know the question. How the hell?
You know to pick a
1.
number between there. Exactly. I know you know. Which animal's poop is cube shaped? He's like, how the fuck do I know?
People.
I love the response. He's like, I don't know. Remember, cube shaped.
Homo sapien.
No.
If your poop is cube-shaped, see a doctor.
That
Yeah,
would be a wombat.
A wombat.
Wow.
Yeah, I would have never.
I know your number 2 is gone, but pick a number.
3.
How many spikes are on the Statue of Liberty's crown?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. 5. Wait, no,
No.
does it go all the way around, or is it just the top?
You tell me. Think about it.
8.
Close, but 7.
7.
It represents the continents of the world, basically.
Yep.
Paul.
Oh, there's still an option. I'm
I
like,
was like, what do
just
you
give me
4
the
or
fucking
5?
answer.
4 or 5?
Fucking 4, I guess.
God.
The Pluto Platter was the original name for what popular toy?
Say that again.
The Pluto Platter.
Pluto Platter was a name for a popular toy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a frisbee.
Yeah. It's a frisbee.
It's the only thing it possibly could be.
I was
Yes.
thinking it might be the sit and spin.
Okay.
Okay. All right, all work together. DC, since you're on fire, you're going to be given the answer for the group. What was that?
Fire!
Oh,
Yeah.
which country is said to have the best tap water?
Country is said to have well, it ain't Mexico.
I mean, would it be Poland because we have Poland Springs? I don't know. Even though that's spring water, I can't think of any other country known for their tap water.
I'm gonna say France.
I'm gonna say Canada.
I'm going to say Siberia.
What you're gonna say? What now?
Siberia.
You're all doing great working together tonight. You're all saying different
Well, I
answers.
mean, you said he has the final answer.
He does, but I'll be honest with you guys. You guys are not right. All of you are wrong.
Okay. All right.
Great. That's
Keep
just good
going.
guessing.
Let's try to get serious here. I was thinking Canada because I'm clearly Canadian. Which is actually was before clearly American, which was what you get at Walmart.
China. Japan.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but China, it's so much pollution. I can't, with all the factories,
Yeah,
I
but
can't.
they got to
believe
have
they
all that, filtered and all that other kind of stuff.
But they don't care about their people that much.
There's that too.
Yeah, that's
They
not
shit in a
fire.
hole too. Don't forget.
I
It's
thought
literally
that
a
was
hole.
India.
No, that's in China. My brother went over
Oh, no.
there years ago. He's like, "Yeah, it was shit in a hole." I'm like, "That's just awful."
I don't know, boys. What do you
I
think?
mean, is it too on the nose to think it's America?
No, not a chance. Come on, Greenland maybe. Greenland could have the best tap water.
I'm gonna say Iceland.
Or that too.
What do you think?
Let's go with it.
Go with it.
Iceland.
No,
Yeah, bastard.
Switzerland.
Oh,
You were close. All right, let's wrap this up with what happened in history. Before we got on the podcast tonight, Hugh and I were talking about this. In 1952, the American fast food restaurant KFC opens up its first franchise in Salt Lake City. In 1972, New York quarterback Joe Namath passed for 6 touchdowns versus then the Baltimore Colts to a 44-34 victory. And in 1991, the band Nirvana releases their second studio album, Nevermind. And then some famous birthdays today. I am proud to announce this one. WWE businesswoman and future 2026 Hall of Fame inductee Stephanie McMahon is 49. Former NFL and current college football coach Eddie George is 52. And former NBA and broadcaster Drew Gooden is 44 years old. All right.
he played at Kansas.
What's that?
He played at Kansas.
He did.
Okay. Well, I think we'll throw it back to break, and then we'll come back and wrap this up with D&D with DC. Stick with us, guys. The 3-3 shop is now open on TeePublic, offering a wide range of official merch from your favorite no-budget podcast network, 3-3 Productions. The home of current favorites like GeekPod and upcoming shows like Tales from the Keep and Codename Revolt. New and retro styles debuting all the time. Get yours at https://tee.pub/. LIC/THE33SHOP. That's t.pub/lick/the33shop. Get yours now.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another segment of D&D with DC. In the last few times that I've done the segment, we've talked about our own campaign, gentlemen here, Tales from the Keep. So I decided that this week I would talk about some pre-made campaigns that came out when Dungeons and Dragons dropped the fifth edition of Dungeons and Dragons. This was due to the 2014 Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, and the such. There are a number of pre-made campaigns. I decided to go with three because there are a lot. Maybe in another segment, I'll drop some more. So here we go. The first one I thought of was The Lost Mines of Phandelver. And this is the pre-made campaign that came in the original starter set. It's for levels 1 to 5. Basically, what you're doing is you and your group of adventurers are searching for a lost mine that turns or makes magical artifacts. You don't really have to prepare as much for it as if you're a dungeon master. It's pretty straightforward. You're fighting a lot of goblins, bugbears, and at one point may even come across a young green dragon. It's super fun. It's pretty straightforward, and it's not very difficult for your players if you're a dungeon master. There's not too many puzzles. There's a little bit of role-playing aspects, but it's actually really fun. I did run it myself for my son and a couple of his friends years ago. They loved it, but unfortunately, after that, we couldn't get together to play any more campaigns. The second one I decided is one of mine, or probably my favorite, and I know it's another favorite of somebody else here on the podcast. Our host Paul loves this. Is Curse of Strahd, which is a updated version of the module Castle Ravenloft. Curse of Strahd can go from levels 1 to 10, or even higher depending upon how you do it. But it's kind of an intermediate. You want an intermediate to experienced dungeon master to present this, or to help play this game. And the reason being is really just one thing, and that's playing the ultimate villain, which is Strahd von Zarovich. Strahd is the ultimate, or probably the biggest baddie in all of Dungeons and Dragons. Role-playing him is the absolute key to this campaign. The campaign can be broken down into two parts. It can go from 1 to 5, with the Death House part of the campaign, which is not included in the actual Curse of Strahd. There have been so many updates to Curse of Strahd that you can find more things on this and make the adventure even longer. But the Death House is where you start off, and it's got a lot of horror. It's pretty much a horror type of module. A lot of gothic themes and stuff like that. I have run it a little bit, and I've also been in it as a player, and how the person opened it and basically played it in the dark with candles on the table, enough candles to highlight your character sheets, but played in the dark with eerie music and stuff like that. And the Dungeon Master really delved really, really hard into the horror um, aspect. The last campaign is a newer one at the time. It's called Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And basically, what you're doing is you're going through Waterdeep, which is the largest, one of the largest cities in Forgotten Realms, and you're searching for a large cache of money. So there's not a lot of combat in this. There's a lot of puzzle solving. There's a lot of sorry about that. Alarm went off. There's not a lot of combat, there's a lot of role playing, a lot of puzzle solving. But the main thing is it's basically for levels 1 to 5, but you can make it go even higher because what you go against in there is, and it really depends upon the season that you run it. If you run it in the winter, fall, spring, or summer, there are 4 villain types that you come across. And depending upon which season is which villain you run across. Now, I have read and seen it done where a dungeon master has chosen to run 1 or 2 villains, so it makes it longer, and so you have to be a higher level. You go against a family of devil worshippers. You go against a drow pirate, one of my favorite characters, Jaxel Banray. Um, you go against um a version of, I can't remember to say this right, Manchu, which I haven't really read up too much on. This again is for a intermediate to experienced dungeon master. It's a lot of fun for players. Everybody seems to have a really good time. Then that also again depends upon which villains that you're going against. And then you're not really going against them as in a combat sort of way. It's, can you figure out why they want this or how they're going to get you to do this? And basically, you have to. Now, these are just 3, and I know they're brief synopsises of these 3 modules or adventures. There's other ones, which, like I said, in another segment, I will go over because there are some other ones that are in there, ones which you think of. Dungeons and Dragons. There's one, there's actually 2 that tie together where you're going against a dragon cult and face almost every kind of evil dragon there is during the campaign, and I'll touch on that at another time because it's actually pretty fucking cool, to say the least. So this has been D&D with DC. Peace out. Love y'all. Paul?
All right. Well,
Why
that's
did
really
why did the tomato turn red?
You
what?
embarrassed?
Saw the salad dressing.
All right.
Why did the
Um,
janitor? What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet?
boo.
Mop and glove. I don't know.
Supplies.
That's good.
I like that one.
All right, Paul. I guess are we done?
We are.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
Hundred
Drop
percent.
some knowledge.
All right.
Are you ready to enlighten us? Well, then enlighten us. Jesus Christ! What the fuck are you waiting for?
To me, there is nothing more important in a democracy than free speech and debate. We should debate everything. We should talk about everything. We should engage ideas we aren't comfortable with. And we should let the best ideas win. That's how a healthy society based on rational ideas and a secular government should work. But to announce that there must be no criticism of the president, or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, it's morally treasonable to the American public. Once a government is committed to the principle of silencing the voice of opposition, there's only one way to go. That is down the path of increasingly repressive measures until it becomes a source of terror to all of its citizens and creates a country where everyone lives in fear. Free speech is the whole thing, the whole ballgame. Free speech is life itself, must be supported, defended, fought for. Make no mistake, this is a flashpoint, a touchstone. There's no going back. It's time for a revolution. The revolution will be streaming.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.